Okay, so good afternoon to each and everyone. I'm Mr. Gravides and we will have our online class sa science. Okay, so we are currently in this scheme which is synchronous learning tayo ng Science 10 first topic. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, so I'm using Think Link, Thing Link. Nakikita nyo ba?
Opo,
Yes
sir.
po.
Okay, so um, it is already in the public settings. So I will share to you the Thing Link. Okay, so for you to access this hyper document. Yan. I already sent the link for the thing link. You can now access this hyper document on your own browser. Okay, so before we begin, let's uh, start our session with an opening prayer. So our opening prayer has a cross icon here. Nakikita nyo ba?
Yes
Student?
po.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Sige.
Opo.
Let us all remember that we are in the holy presence of God.
Exit share screen mo po.
Oh my God.
Audio off, sir. Audio off.
Wait lang ha.
Audio off mo, sir. Audio off. Yan, include system audio po.
Sige. Hindi ko mapindot yan kanina pa. Kasi tignan mo yun, dismiss. Di ba? Yun ang lumalabas sa dismiss.
Ganito mo na lang, sir.
Okay, so we will start again kasi medyo nagkaroon ng problema. Okay, let us all remember that we are in the holy presence of God, the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Ama naming mapagmahal, lumalapit kami sa iyo sa aming pangangailangan upang hilingin kami ay ipag-adya mo sa sakit na dulot ng 2019 and coronavirus na kumitil sa maraming buhay at patuloy na kumakalat sa iba't ibang bayan at bansa. Hinihiling namin ang iyong biyaya sa lahat ng mga nag-aaral ng uri at pinagmulan ng salot na ito. Patnubayan mo ang lahat ng dalubhasa sa medisina na tumutulong sa mga may sakit upang sila ay mapuno ng matibay na pagmamalasakit at pagdamay. Ipinapanalangin namin ang mga pamahalaan na naghahanap ng lunas at kagalingan para sa mga pinahihirapan ng sakit dulot ng salot na ito. Ipinagkakatiwala namin sa iyo ang lahat ng nagdurusa dahil sa sakit na ito. Pagalingin mo sila at bigyan ng mabuting kalusugan. Pukawin mo ang aming kalooban upang maging handa kaming tulungan ang mga may sakit at nangangailangan. Hinihiling namin ito sa pamamagitan ni Jesucristong anak mo na nabubuhay at naghaharing kasama mo at ng Espiritu Santo, Diyos magpasawalang hanggan. Amen. Maria, mapagampon sa mga Kristiyano, ipanalangin mo kami. San Rafael Arcangel, ipanalangin mo kami. San Roque, ipanalangin mo kami. San Lorenzo Ruiz, ipanalangin mo kami. San Pedro Calungsod, ipanalangin mo kami.
Saint John Baptist de la Salle,
Pray for us
we have Jesus in our hearts.
forever.
Yan. Okay, so before we begin, let's remember our online class rules. Ayan, so let's watch this short video. So I hope the online classroom rules are clear to you guys, folks. Okay, so nakikita nyo ba ako guys? Nakikita nyo ako?
Yes po, sir.
Okay. So naka-on yung webcam ko. Okay, so we will continue. Okay. So on our lesson, all presentations, MS Forms, MS Ways, YouTube videos are already included in this thing link. Okay? Did you try to access your thing link? Um, this one, the thing link of our lesson for today? Did you
Yes
access
po.
already? Yes, okay.
Yes po.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so let's start. So we are done. Okay, so let's start with earthquake. So let me just remind you, folks, that our lesson's most essential learning competencies are the following. So describe and relate the distribution of active volcanoes and major mountain belts to plate tectonics theory. And second is to describe the different types of plate boundaries. So we will not present the sway for the MELCs because it is already presented last session. So now let's proceed to okay, earthquakes. Okay. So I'm Mr. Maurice Gravides, your instructor and facilitator for this session. Okay, so as you can see, okay, so the picture that is in our screen is the Grand Canyon. Okay, so Grand Canyon is located in United States of America, which is one of the geologic landscape that reveal clues to a better understanding of the evolution of Earth. So, ayan, maganda ang Grand Canyon. Isa yan sa ating mga pangarap na puntahan. So, as you can see, no? Okay, Grand Canyon is a steep-sided canyon carved by the Colorado River in Arizona, United States. The Grand Canyon is 277 miles long and up to 18 miles wide and attains a depth of over a mile or 6,093 feet. Yan. Okay, so let's start the lesson. So now, earthquakes is part of the distribution of geologic features lesson. So this is the first lesson. So what is an earthquake? So earthquake and volcanic eruptions are geological that occur mostly in the same regions and are both to be associated with movements of plates. Okay, both phenomena indicate the dynamic nature of Earth's interior. So on the first picture, we have the Alaska earthquake in 1964 with the magnitude of 9.2. So this picture, okay, is took in Kidapawan City. Yan. 2019, okay, Kidapawan City, Cotabato. This is in Church, New Zealand uh, earthquake last 2011 with the magnitude of 6.2 and with the fatalities of 185. So we noticed that the reporters used magnitude, but in some news or most of the news they're using intensity. So later on we will discuss the difference between, or the differences between magnitude and intensity. Okay, and this is in our country. This is the Luzon earthquake. This picture took from Baguio last July 1990 with the magnitude of 7.7. Okay, so with the fatalities of 1,621. So, in terms of terminologies, earthquake is a series of seismic waves traveling through Earth and is a result of a sudden release of energy. Another term associated in earthquake is seismic waves. They are body of waves that radiate outward in all directions from the center of the Earth's interior. Some of the seismic waves travel along the surface, while others travel through the interior of the Earth. So earthquakes usually accompany volcanic eruptions because earthquake epicenters and volcanoes are found along the edges of tectonic plates. Earthquakes may be triggered by the forces of magma rising from a volcano's crater during eruption. The movements of plates along faults or cracks on Earth's crust may also be a source of earthquakes as energy is built up when plates collide. Magma may be forced out of these cracks, possibly forming future volcanoes. So, look at the picture here. So, we have some terminologies that is being presented. No? So, this is the epicenter, the focus, the fault, and the depth. So, when we say, what's the differences between focus and epicenter? So, focus is the point within the Earth where an earthquake rupture starts, while epicenter is the geographic point at the surface directly above 670 kilometers below the surface. So what is the relationship between the two terms? The closer the focus to the surface, the greater the damage of an earthquake. Although an earthquake is normally most severe at its epicenter, a strong earthquake may cause damage several hundreds of kilometers from the epicenter. Deep rock formations and surface topography can sometimes focus and amplify seismic waves to produce localized damage. Okay? So that's the differences between epicenter and focus. Now, let's discuss the differences between magnitude and intensity. So, intensity measures the shaking in a certain location. So, kapag ang epicenter ninyo ay nasa point A, ibig sabihin, mas mataas ang intensity doon. Pero kapag nasa point B na where the distance from point A to point B is 100 kilometers, magkaiba na yung intensity. Okay? So, it measures the shaking in a certain location. Earthquakes that are shallow and near urban areas can be greatly felt even if they are weak. So, it depends pa rin sa location. While magnitude measures the energy released at the source of the earthquake. So earthquakes that are small in magnitude and far from urban areas were barely felt but are recorded in seismograph. So the question, why is the Philippines prone to earthquakes? Okay, there's a lot of earthquakes in the Philippines due to its geographical location, and it is located in the Ring of Fire where lithospheric plates move and collide. So as you can see in the picture, so this is the Ring of Fire. So the Ring of Fire is extended. Let's start with our country, Philippines, then down to Malaysia, down to Indonesia, then going to the Oceania or islands that is being located in Pacific Ocean. We have New Zealand, and then punta naman tayo sa sa east part of the map, the western part of South America, the Peru-Chile Trench, the Mexico, the western part of United States, which look at the red triangle here. The Mount St. Helens is one of the active volcano within this century. Mount Pinatubo and Mount Mayon, ayan, and Mount Krakatoa in Indonesia, which is the major that I mean The volcanic eruption in Mount Krakatoa is so massive. Siya yung pinakamalakas so far. Okay? So, earthquake hazards that result in injury, death, and damage to property can be reduced or eliminated if people are warned of and prepared for earthquakes. The number of casualties when an earthquake epicenter is near a city is greater because of a larger population and a numerous high-rise buildings. Mamaya meron tayong activity. And, sige, di ko muna sabihin. Okay, so the number of casualties when an earthquake epicenter is near a city is greater because of a larger population and the numerous high-rise buildings. So, a majority of deaths and injuries can be attributed to poor construction of buildings that cannot withstand earthquakes with a magnitude of 8.0. So, on this picture, so this is the 2011 Tohoku earthquake and tsunami. So, the Japanese often called it the Great East Japan earthquake with a magnitude of 9.0 and fatalities of 15,897. Sobrang dami ang namatay sa Japan nun. So the picture is smoke from the Sendai Nippon Oil Refinery. This disaster caused tsunami afterwards and Fukushima disaster where the nuclear facility in Fukushima has its meltdown that caused radiation, no? That caused widespread radiation all throughout the place. So hanggang ngayon hindi matitirahan ng tao 'yon at bawal pumunta sa lugar na 'yon. Okay, so let's open this link. Okay, so if you want to if you want to read some of the Fukushima disaster, this website is wiseinternational.org. Will help you to research and what happened to the Fukushima disaster. So this is the chronology of meltdown. Okay? So it will help you somehow to study what really happened during the disaster. Okay, so in our SWAG presentation, the video is included here. So if you want to access the lesson through a video format, okay, so you can just click this video or look for Mau Adventures YouTube channel and then look for the earthquake lesson. So let's play the video para lang masimulan.
Ayan, according to this. Hello, good day. Ako si Sir Mau. At itutuloy natin yung lesson. So bago tayo magsimula, may movement of plates, tectonic plates. So kapag
So let us watch this video. This is the time where tsunami hits the Japan coastline.
Matt, tell us about the situation for you when this magnitude 8.9 hit.
Well, it was absolutely unlike anything I've ever experienced before. I've been living here for 8 years now, and this was quite simply the biggest, longest-lasting earthquake I've ever experienced here.
And that's it, because Kyung La, our reporter there, was saying that she thought it was 4 to 5 minutes. Was that your sense as well?
Oh, yes, the ground was rolling for an extended period of time. I wasn't exactly sure what to do or where to go. I'd never been prepared for anything like this. My wife and I stood outside and basically held on to the outside of our house. You couldn't even stand up. I mean, literally at the peak of these waves that were washing over the ground. You literally could not stay on your feet. You had to kind of crouch down in a ball or put your back against something so you didn't fall. And that's exactly what we did for the length of the duration of it, which I would say was about probably a minute to 2 minutes. It felt like a lot longer than that, let me tell you.
Indeed. And are you saying that you live there, or that you're actually traveling there?
I actually live here. I've lived here for the last 8 years, and I live on the west side of the city in a little section of Tokyo called Kichijoji.
Okay, so tsunami is a Japanese term for big waves, no? Okay, so this is another video, but it is not in English.
In Japan hat ein Erdbeben der Stärke 7,1 die Region Fukushima erschüttert. Die Behörden hatten daraufhin eine Warnung vor einem bis zu 1 Meter hohen Tsunami ausgegeben. Das bei einem Tsunami im März 2011 schwer beschädigte Atomkraftwerk wurde evakuiert. Das Epizentrum des Bebens lag in etwa 10 Kilometern Tiefe, rund 320 Kilometer von der japanischen Ostküste entfernt. Die Bewohner mehrerer Ortschaften wurden aufgefordert, sich in Sicherheit zu bringen. Heftige Regenfälle haben den Boden in der Region stark aufgeweicht. Daher wurde vermutet, dass es infolge der Erschütterungen zu Erdrutschen kommen könnte. Etwa 2 Stunden.
Okay, so this is another news from Arirang News.
With Japan marking the 7th anniversary on Sunday of a deadly earthquake and tsunami that killed more than 15,000 people and triggered a nuclear meltdown, the area itself is still struggling to get back on its feet even after all these years. Our Lee Seung-jae reports.
March 11th, 2011, at 2:46 p.m., a magnitude 9.0 earthquake, the biggest ever recorded in Japan's history, and one of the 5 most powerful earthquakes recorded in the world, struck off the coast of Miyagi Prefecture. The deadly tsunami that followed killed more than 15,000 people and triggered a nuclear meltdown at the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear plant, rendering most of the surrounding areas uninhabitable. Fast forward 7 years, and although reconstruction has steadily progressed, more than 70,000 people remain displaced, still living in temporary housing. Some areas surrounding the nuclear plant continue to be too dangerous due to high radiation, and the decommissioning of the crippled reactors remain a problem for operators. It's a task that's likely to take decades and cost tens of billions of dollars. To mark the anniversary, Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, along with Prince Akishino and Princess Kiko, took part in a ceremony in central Tokyo, while a moment of silence was observed throughout the nation at 2:46 p.m., the time when the disaster changed the lives of tens of thousands of people. Meanwhile, despite concerns over seafood contamination from Fukushima Prefecture, Thailand has become the first country to receive a shipment of fresh fish from the area, as a 110-kilogram shipment of fresh flounder was exported there late last month.
Okay, so because of the disaster, because of the event, okay, there's other disastrous happened, no? The meltdown of Fukushima that turns off the economy of that region in Japan and kill almost 15,000 people. So another hazard with earthquakes, densely populated areas, is fire. So aside from tsunamis, if the location of the place is along coastal areas, fire is also a possible disaster that can happen during earthquakes. Earthquakes do not produce fire directly, but the shaking and vibration brought about by earthquakes may break electrical wires, sparking fires, and gas pipelines may also ignite during strong quakes. So an example of this event is the movie The Impossible. So the movie Impossible is a film last 2012, an English language drama film or disaster drama film directed by J.A. Bayona, written by Sergio Sanchez. So it is based on the experience of Maria Belon and her family in 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami, and it features British cast Naomi Watts, Ewan McGregor, and Tom Holland. So Yan. So earthquakes may also put coastal communities at risk to huge waves or tsunamis. So tsunamis can travel as fast as 800 km per hour and carry large ships in harbor inland. So yun yung nakita nating video sa Japan. Secondary hazards such as landslides and mudslides may also occur after an earthquake, especially in mountainous regions where sliding rocks can gain speed and flow into nearby village. So let's watch the trailer of The Impossible.
Scared. I'm scared.
Lucas! Maria!
Do you know the most scary bit for me? When I came up, and that was all on my own. That was the scariest part. But what if Mummy and Lucas are on their own right now? Imagine how scared they'll be.
Lucas, you got to go and help people. You're good at it. Will you be all right? I promise.
I'm looking for my son.
You're looking for your family.
Have you seen them?
I'll try and help you. Joseph Benstrom, anyone?
I'll look in all the hospitals and I'll look in all the shelters. I will find them, I promise you that.
Okay, so that's the movie trailer. Folks, tanong ko lang, narinig nyo ba yung audio?
Opo.
Yes po, sir.
Okay, very good. Okay, so now let's go to emergency survival kit formation or making a ESK. So being prepared means being equipped with the proper with the proper supplies you may need in the event of an emergency or disaster. So keep your supplies in an easy to carry emergency preparedness kit that you can use at home or take it with you in case you must evacuate. So let's click the link which is included on Sway. So the link, okay, brings us in the redcross.org website. So this website is complete with tips and the supplies that must be included in our emergency survival kit. So let's take a quiz. So question, how long should the food and water in your evacuation kit be able to sustain your family for? Is it 1 day, 3 days, 1 week, or 2 weeks? Anyone? Oh, yes.
Sir, 3 days po.
3 days. So let's see. Yes, that's correct. Okay, second question. How much water does each person need per day? Sige. You can unmute your microphone.
1 gallon.
1 gallon po, sir.
1 gallon. Okay, thank you. And last question. What other individual needs should you consider when packing your emergency kit? Medical
All
supplies,
of the above, sir.
all of the above kasi lahat naman mahal natin, di ba?
Yes, sir.
Opo.
Correct. Okay, so I want you to explore the redcross.org for you to be, ayan, for you to be informed what are the things that we need in a survival kit. Okay, so nandyan yung listahan. Okay, so let's go back to our sway. So let's watch this video para, ayan. Okay.
In this video, you will learn how to prepare your own emergency kit specifically designed for use in a disaster. This disaster kit will provide a family of 4 with 48 hours autonomy until help arrives. You should include the following items so that you can signal for help. An SOS sign made by you for this purpose. Light sticks that can provide illumination for 6 to 12 hours and can be used to signal for help in the dark. A whistle to call for help with a sound that carries further than your voice. A flashlight, preferably crank-powered, so that you don't have to rely on a single source of energy. You should include the following items for illumination. Candles, a lighter and/or waterproof matches, which can also be used to light a fire. A flashlight. You should include the following items for hydration and nutrition. A supply of 6-liter bottles for drinking water. An empty 1-liter flask for use as a container to purify non-potable water with water purification tablets. If water is in short supply, drink small amounts. Remember that you can survive for several days on less than half a liter a day. Supply of non-perishable goods, such as canned goods. If you have no water, it is advisable not to eat, as this could increase dehydration. A container with 8 liters of water for drinking and basic hydration purposes. Lastly, add the following items. A box cutter to cut wire, cardboard, etc. A Swiss Army knife. A waterproof pouch for essential documents, such as ID papers, insurance policies, medical prescriptions, etc. And some money. Work gloves to clear objects without hurting yourself. Bin bags for rubbish and bodily waste. A survival blanket. A notebook and pen to write down important information. A radio to listen for instructions issued by the authorities. A hygiene kit containing toilet paper and disinfectant wipes.
Okay. Okay, now let's go to the last part of our session. So this picture is about the drop cover hold mechanism during earthquake. Okay, so now let's go back to our thing link. Yan. So on our thing link, you can see YouTube icons here. Kita nyo ba? Kita nyo? Hello?
Yes po, sir.
Yes. So those YouTube icons are examples of DRRM videos made by the grade 10 students last year. So one of our session, next in our session, I will explain the performance tasks that you will do for earthquake. So let's go directly to this YouTube video and let's see what is their work for you to have some idea in making DRRM videos.
Okay, class, what is geology? Yes, Kelly. Study. Study of what? Study of Earth. It's a branch of science. Ready on your knees. 1, 2, 3, go.
Yes po. Pakita ko po sa inyo later. May example po ako. May mga pictures po na ano.
Okay. So sorry for that. Okay, so that video explains the importance of the cover hold, no? So another video is made by Brother Lambert here, and this is Paternus, and this is Hartman. So if you want to know more about earthquakes, so you can use these icons for you to lead in some websites. Okay, so now we'll play a game. Excited ba kayo sa game na introduce ko sa inyo?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Oo. Kita nyo ba itong game icon dito sa earthquake?
Opo. Yes po, sir.
Yan. Kindly click that icon and it will lead us or it will lead you to a game. Yan, naglo-load pa. Okay. So this game is provided by the United Nations Office for Disaster Risk Reduction. So we will click play game. So this is how the play works. So this is, you need to select a scenario. Pero in our lesson, you need to click earthquake. Ayan, no? Yung the location is Eastern Mediterranean. So let's click easy. Okay, so the mission is this. It is a region affected by earthquakes. The city has a population of 436 people who rely on agriculture, service activities, and tourism for their livelihoods. You have to protect as many people, buildings, and livelihoods as you can against a possible earthquake. Ang galing, di ba? This is your challenge. The challenge is to provide accommodation to 600 people, build one hospital and one school, and there is also a need to retrofit at least 10 old buildings for more safety. Yeah. So think about what you can do to better protect people and their properties against earthquakes. You have a choice of housing and also many upgrades and defenses are available. Choose the best option and save as many people as you can. So you will act as a mayor here. So this is your town. Okay? Sa ilalim, nakikita nyo, you have the budget of $50,000. Okay? So population of 600. So, now, how can we see the risk, yung what are the possible damages kapag nagkaroon ng lindol? So, we will click show risk here and you will see squares of red, orange, and green. Green means safe. Okay, orange means somehow safe. Red is the red zone or not safe. So, you see in this box, we have 4 people here. So, i-click natin yan. So, you can click shield or protection. You can build a house for them and you can click information. So, information, we have, okay, people there. Now, people down. Okay, so let's click protection. So we need trees. So we have $100 para gumastos. So you see, the red box becomes yellow. It means it's safe. Safe na yung mga tao dyan. Gets niya?
Yes
Gets
po.
niyo ba?
Yes, sir.
So let's click on a building. So this is a modern housing. So you see the upgrade sign here. So let's do an upgrade. So para maging safe yung building, let's retrofit the building. It's $450. Secure the fittings, protect electronics, and building reinforcement. So it costs us $1,800 to protect the building. Oh, it becomes yellow na. Diba? So, let's, ito. This is community center. So, the community center has a different option because it can do evacuation signs for the people para alam ng mga tao kung saan mag-evacuate. That's $300. Evacuation training, $300. So, let's do that. Local alarm system, $150, and radio system, which is $500. So, yan. Our community center is equipped with things na kailangan. Yan. So, let's click some of the things para maging maayos yung building. Yan. And it costs $1,800. Yan. Okay, you can explore the town. Let's see yung mga, ayan, may mga tao, ibig sabihin kapag nasa red zone sila, they are most likely will be affected by the earthquake and then they can, they can die in that area. So, assuming that we finish or we spend already our budget, no? Pero in real time our remaining budget here is $45,005. So, example, nagastos na natin and then naayos na natin dapat ayusin. Okay, we can start disaster. Pero, pwede nyo hindi pindutin yan. Basta itong scale ay umabot na sa 100, it means that the earthquake will come sooner. So, let's start the disaster na. Ayan. So, you have, since we bought early warning system, let's click evaluate. And look at the people. People are disappearing because they go to the nearest housing or nearest establishment. Ayan, umalis na mga tao in this area. Pero, yan, perfect na. So, okay, we do we improve the community center here. That's why people are absent in this area in the red zone. But here, we don't. Okay, upgrade the community center here. That's why people are still in the outside. Okay, so yan. So earthquake strikes according to the newspaper. So let's view the report. So in our activity a while ago, so the buildings destroyed is 15. Population housed 436 over 600. So may hindi tayo na house na iba. And population sheltered is 164. So school built failed because we didn't build a school and hospital. Okay, so total damage is 6,467.5. Ayan, so retrofit 10 old buildings. We didn't able to retrofit 10 buildings, siguro dalawa lang. Okay, so this one is failure. So, natuwa ba kayo?
Opo, sir.
I want you to try it on your own. And then, if your challenge is you need to pass that challenge. Dapat successful. Dapat walang mamamatay. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, I want you to take a picture or screenshot the result of your challenge and then put that on on our chat box. So, okay, let's click number 5 here. So, number 5 is something to do with our, exit card before we leave or before we exit in our synchronous learning scheme MS Team or Microsoft Teams. So I want you to type your surname, your first name and middle initial, your grade and section, and answer the following question. What are the factors that determine the extent of damage caused by earthquakes? That's 5 points. And what's the difference between the focus and epicenter of an earthquake? And you will hit submit. Okay? Okay, so now in our session, is there any questions? Or if what are the things that you learned after this lesson, after this discussion? Anyone, you can raise your hand. Okay, yes, Jerry.
Sir, we need to be
prepared for incoming earthquakes para po mas onti po yung magiging damage niya sa community natin.
That's correct. Okay, so especially in our country, Philippines is in or included in the Ring of Fire, Pacific Ring of Fire. So we are prone with different types of earthquake. So yes, Raisa May.
Sir, kapag may earthquake na po, wag pong magpapanik.
Yes, of course. So because panic can hinder your your mindfulness, yung pag-iisip mo na you need to be calm for you to think better para you are aware of your surroundings and you know what to do. Okay? So that's nice, Raisa and Griffin. What else? Okay, who else? Meron pa ba? Before we end our session? Okay, yes, it's you, Wayne.
Sir, mas maganda po kung ngayon pa lang may knowledge and may alam na sa first aid and sa mga dapat gawin kapag sa mga ganyan pong sitwasyon para po ready and alisto.
Okay, that's correct. So, in our thing link, okay, I want you to explore your thing link because sa thing link natin, the lesson number 2 is included there and lesson number 3 and some of the links that is important. Okay? So I hope you enjoyed our session. Okay, may I ask Mr. Galgo to lead us with our closing prayer?
Are you ready to pray, classmates?
Yes, we are.
Let us bow our heads and let us remember that we are in the most holy presence of God. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. I will continue, oh my God, to do all my actions for the love of you. Saint John Baptist de la Salle,
Pray for us.
leave Jesus in our hearts.
Forever.
Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Amen. Thank you! Okay, guys, magtanong lang ako ng konti.
Yes, sir.
Kamusta naman ang session natin?
Okay, Masaya po, sir. Masaya, sir. Lalo na yung laro.